Well, hi folks, and welcome to my very first channel update. And I thought it was probably about high time I actually did one of these. I was actually planning on recording my next B17 getting started video today, which was the manual startup of the B17's engines. But I've kind of postponed that because one of my neighbors is having their roof redone, and so all I've got going on in the background is a whole load of hammering noises. So I'm going to wait until they finish their roof, which will hopefully be in a day or two. I have written the full script for that video and I've got all my startup procedures prepared. So I'm good to go once I get some peace and quiet outside. Yeah, so hopefully I'll get that video up by the weekend. Yeah, the next video in the B17 Getting Started series will be covering engine management, which I know a number of you have been eagerly waiting for. I'm going to take my best stab at it. The problem is there's actually very little information that was ever put out by Wayward Design when that patch came out that incorporated engine management. So I'm just going to do my best to cover the information that I do have, but I can't guarantee that it's going to be definitive. But anyway, hopefully that will give you some useful tips and tricks for engine management on the B17 game. The other game that I've been doing a Let's Play for has been the Dragon's Lair 3D game. Now, I've actually finished playing through the game, and as I promised at the beginning, I did show you all of the secrets and collected all 100 of the treasures. And so that has unlocked additional game modes and extras. And so I've got one final video coming up for Dragon's Lair 3D. And in that final video, I will showcase all of those unlocked game modes and extras. Now moving on to the ColecoVision prototype videos, I've already just published one which covers the Mouser prototype from Opco Games, and I've actually already received the second prototype game, the Bukasuka Wars, which I've been practicing on in preparation for doing a video on it. So I've still got a bit more practicing to do and a bit more research. So hopefully in a week or two I'll be able to get a video put together for that game. And then after that, the next game that's actually going to be published in that prototype lineup is a game called Doradon. So I'm looking forward to getting that game and covering that one in that ColecoVision prototype series as well. Now, as for future games, I've kind of got plans for doing potentially 3 games in the future. My prime focus at the moment is an old war game that was published, well, it was developed by Atomic Games and it was published by 360, I believe. And it was called V for Victory, Utah Beach. Now, it's a classic hex-based game with counters and combat resolution, etc. And it's an operational level game, so it has battalions and companies, and the hexes represent about 1 kilometer in terms of distance, and each turn represents 4 hours. So it's kind of that middle ground between strategic wargaming and tactical wargaming. It's somewhere well between those two extremes. I've played around with that game a lot over the years, and I've never actually played a campaign. But for the video series I'm going to cover just one of the very short, I guess, kind of tutorial scenarios that they have called Mopping Up. And that will cover a couple of videos. And then I'm going to move on to the full campaign game. And I'm just going to play that in classic style, first of all, playing from the Allies side. And maybe in the future I'll play it from the other side as well, from the Axis side. Now, another game that I'm thinking about doing a video series for that I've been playing around with is the very first Silent Service game. And this, I've got the one for the PC. It kind of pales in comparison in terms of graphical qualities and sound qualities compared to some of the other versions of Silent Service #1, I guess. But I haven't really found a kind of, I would say, a really good playthrough of that game on YouTube. So I would like to maybe try and fill that gap, I think. Let me know what you think. Is that something you would like to see me playing through Silent Service #1 for the PC? And the final game that I've been playing around with that I'm kind of seriously considering doing a Let's Play on is the classic game Fade to Black, which is the successor to the game Flashback. Again, I haven't really found a kind of full playthrough of the PC version of Fade to Black on YouTube. And I've been playing around with it. I've completed the first level and I've actually thoroughly enjoyed playing that game. It does have its quirks. Its controls are really a bit wonky, but I think I'm going to be able to work my way around those a bit. So if you'd like to see me playing through Fade to Black, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to know what you think. Anyway, I think that's about it, folks. Apologize for how infrequently I do post videos. I really don't get a great deal of time to dedicate myself to this, but I'm just thoroughly enjoying what I'm doing when I do it. So I hope you do too. So I really would appreciate any feedback you got, any suggestions, any comments, any things that you would like to see me doing. Yeah, just post a comment in the section below and we can have a chat. Thanks very much for listening, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.